I was listening to Brian Bronis last night on the 105.3 postgame show, and a fan was asking about, they were talking about draft picks and how we've had some misses, and especially in that particular year with Schoonmaker and Mozzie and such. But, he was saying that, essentially your success over the last 3 years has resulted in your drafting strategy, kind of always being a gamble because of where you're picking and how that affects you. And I thought that was interesting because it really kind of speaks to a broader, scenario of your leadership, where your success can be your own downfall. If you have multiple years of success and you're always picking in the bottom 10 of on the draft board, it has an effect overall. And then because the Cowboys are stuck to this, married to this draft and develop methodology,
that's an excuse to me. Jump Cam, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, for sure.
I think you're good. That's a piss poor excuse. Maybe I shouldn't use the word excuse. I don't know. I didn't listen to what Brian is saying. Maybe Brian is just talking and saying, well, I wonder if this is how they're thinking. How do the Bills do it? How do the Chiefs do it?
No.
How do the Ravens do it?
Well, no.
How do the Eagles do it? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't, if you're picking 27-28, you don't got to stay at 27-28. You don't have to take Mozzie Smith. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to take Tyler Guyton. In the second round, you don't got to take Kelvin Joseph. You don't got to take Randy Gregory. You don't got to take Jalen Smith. You know what I mean? I'm not hearing none of that. Because if anything, if you're so good at winning these games and picking in the bottom 20s, that should give you more reason to be aggressive, not less of a reason to be or more reason to be conservative.
Well, I think it kind of comes down to, and this is kind of where my head's at with this, and kind of bring it in, is you're stuck on this draft and develop. So you over prioritize on draft capital because you're not willing to go make actual difference makers in free agency. And my only hope, and this is kind of wrapping up with, my only hope is this embarrassment of a season. And I don't have much hope in this. I'm not putting any stock in it. But my only hope is this embarrasses Jerry to the point he's like, okay, we probably should do something different next year. And whoever the new coach is, I'm fully preparing myself for a terrible head coach like a Belichick or a Vrabel, which I don't understand. But if that is the case, my only hope is you at least give that head coach more leeway, whether for better or for worse. Give him more leeway and more say in this front office to make better decisions. Because draft and develop only works if you hit on every draft every fucking year and you have absolutely no misses. If you have no misses, that can work. But if you have misses, you are going to have a down year. I think that's what this year is proving, man. That's all I got. I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Jump.
Take it easy.
Yep. Your hope is don't hold on to it. Don't hold on to it. You might get a signing. But what you're really hoping for is radical change. Dallas doesn't operate that way. Dallas is not a radical organization. They're not an aggressive organization. Today's video is brought to you by Specs, wine, spirits, and finer foods. Whether you're planning that Cowboys watch party or you're just looking for the perfect bottle, Specs has you covered. Great prices, expert advice, and the best brands around. You can find it all at Specs. And they're here to make your game days a lot easier with same-day delivery or curbside pickup. You can shop online or through the Specs app and easily place an order with your local Specs. That's Specs. Cheers to you. Cheers to savings.